Patrons, you have 2 minutes for your discussion. You may begin when ready.
Imagine going to school and being ridiculed for no reason. Imagine feeling shunned as soon as you enter a room. Racism is a central issue in Argentina. However, the population continues to deny its presence. Therefore, the funding in order to make the necessary changes has been reduced. Sources report Argentina's population is 97% white and 3% mestizo. A mestizo is a person of racially mixed ancestry with darker skin. We are calling for a dialogue about race that will help everyday people openly examine racism and race relations. Our request is to begin a task force made of UN representatives to broadcast the issues of racism. Further, we ask they organize and implement ways to fix the problems. Our first recommendation is to bring awareness by asking a task force to begin educating children in the schools about the presence of racism. This would encourage open discussion on ways to eliminate discrimination. The teachers realize that questions of racism and race relations touch us every day. Race affects where we live, the jobs we hold, and how we are educated. Lastly, we would organize and implement community group events to encourage equality and bring awareness. More specifically, use drama, art, and music as a way to raise consideration of race issues in the community. We are high ranking and yield our time to summation.
With that, the delegates have yielded 43 seconds to their summation. We will now move into technical questions. We have Georgia.
So in Christian Georgia, what is the percentage of your ethnic group?
97% are whites and then 3% are mestizos.
Namibia.
Laney Harville, Namibia, what is your population?
42,200,000.
Charlie James Guyana, what was the year that this first started taking place, the water treatment?
Ever since the beginning of our country.
It's just been going on.
Anybody else? Mozambique.
What is your death rate? Wait,
Yes.
Blackman, what is your date? Mozambique, what is your death rate?
7.36.
Anybody else? Namibia.
Laney Harville, Namibia, how old is your country?
With that, time for technical questions has elapsed. We'll now move into 4 minutes of Compro debate. We have the first con speaker. Romania.
Larger.
Wait, sorry. I do have one thing that there is an amendment on the table. In line 20, change UNHRC to UNHCR.
No, that's
the other way around.
It's UNHCR, so that's
UNHRC instead of UNHCR. And then in line 8, DUE, not DUE, not DO.
So do not type. Alright, Romania.
Larger, Romania, will the patrons yield to a series of questions and I reserve my right to speak afterwards?
They do so yield, and that is your right.
How many deaths have occurred due to this problem?
Let's see here. About 2,000 per month.
And how is the problem mainly related to children or their parents?
It's mostly children, but it does apply to the parents as well.
May I address the floor?
That is your right.
Fellow delegates, it's mostly children. I understand how that their racist ideas could carry on to their students, but maybe this would be better suited till the next generation, till that generation of children could be re-informed the ideas instead of these children who have already been informed. I urge my ranking and yield my time to the chair.
We have the delegates yielded their time to the chair. We will now move into our first pro-speakers. We have Iceland.
Katie Carpenter, Iceland, will the patrons yield to a series of questionnaires and my right to speak?
You so yield, and that is your right.
Okay, may I address this?
That is your right.
Based on what I've heard, I believe that this is a good resolution because it doesn't cost that much money and each child needs to have a chance of equality. I urge high ranking and my time.
With that, the question was yielded with high, was there time ranking and time as chair. We will now move into our second con speaker. Mr. Julia.
So in Georgia,
will the patrons yield to the serious of the question and I may reserve my right to speak afterwards?
Lucy Golden has a right.
Okay, so if your country is 97% white, how long has this problem been happening?
Well, as we stated earlier, it's been going on since pretty much our country has been created. But, yeah.
Okay, based on what I've heard, so if it's been happening since they became a country, then everybody in their country should be equal to one another, so I would try ranking in your
You're okay, are you pro? She's one thing you guys, you can't change, you have to stick with being either con or pro. No problem, don't worry about it. It's just, Alright, we'll now move into our second pro speaker. We have a pro. Alright, we'll call somebody now.
Andrew,
What's that?
she can, since, were you
Are you
pro?
pro?
I was con.
You were con, but you decided to go pro?
Yes.
You need to go con now.
Okay, so do we have a con speaker? Brice.
Will the patrons yield to a series of questions?
Yeah.
Please. The patrons yield to a series of questions, and delegates. I want to give it to another delegate. I yield my time to a fellow delegate,
Yeah, do so yield, and that is your right. Select the delegate.
Diana. This to me seems more like an internal problem, and this would not affect many countries. So, why would the UN decide to help you?
Okay, well, one, it's not much, and we're not asking for much at all, but we do need help. We have tried on our own, and we can't do it. And it is an internal issue, but we are not the only country that is dealing with racism. If we fix this problem, it might give other countries hope of fixing it as well. So it is an internal thing technically, but it could in turn help other countries.
I wish to address the floor.
And you can't use.
Okay, my turn.
Well, I'm sorry that the time for this round of combo debate has elapsed. We will now move into, I guess our final con speaker, patron decision. Actually, time has run out. We will now move into the patron summation. You have 1 minute and 43 seconds for your summation. When you're ready.
Alright, fellow delegates, look around you. Who all has blue eyes?
Raise your hand.
None of y'all can go to lunch. I must stay here and stay quiet and not do anything but just sit. Everybody else may go to lunch. That's what it feels like to be discriminated. Every day this is going on in Argentina. Imagine the entire population of the state of North Carolina in the United States of America being discriminated against the whole rest of the country. That's what it feels like to us in relationship. People in the world should not be ridiculed just because of the color of their skin. We, the delegates of Argentina, believe that men should unite and treat each other equally. Our country's members need your help in reaching this goal. We request that a task force be constructed to give our citizens the rights they deserve. We are trying to give our time to the chair.
I think the delegates have a little bit of time, and I'm moving to recommend